All right. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Let's Trailer Reaction. So we've got a very special trailer coming up. As you can see from our background here, we have got the new Matrix Resurrections trailer, official trailer one. So they dropped that little teaser of take the red pill or the blue pill the other day, and I think it showed a bunch of still images from the movie. Now we've got a full trailer. So Matrix Resurrections in theaters and HBO Max December 22nd, right around the corner. Andre, are you excited for the return of the Matrix? Is one of your all-time favorites. Are you excited for the return of this, or or were you like they could just leave it alone, or are you excited to see more?
So I really enjoy the trilogy and the other stuff that came around with it. Remember, we had the really cool video game, which was an online game. We had the Animatrix. I thought the world of the Matrix, there's so many stories that they could tell. But I was quite satisfied with what they had given us. Now, am I excited? Cautiously optimistic when they announced it. Thinking that maybe bringing it back isn't the best thing. But upon seeing that they were able to convince Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss to come back, I'm like, I just started thinking that there must be something to this. I don't think they would want to really tarnish what they've created. So cautiously optimistic, and then some of those still images dropped a couple days ago, and I'm like, oh, hey, you know what? It's giving me the vibes of the first Matrix. So I'm gonna at least give them the chance. I think there's like I said, the world is great. The story was super imaginative. So I gotta at least give them this one chance. So I'm excited for this trailer. Haven't seen it yet, and didn't even go on their website. I didn't want to see that stuff yet. So hopefully it can live up to what we've had before.
Yeah. So Rob, I don't know how attached you are to the Matrix. You
Yeah.
excited to see this comeback?
Well, when I first saw The Matrix, I remember leaving. I went to the theater, I saw it, and I left and got another ticket and went right back in with
Me
some
too.
friends. Yeah.
Me too. Yep.
Well, it was you and I, Andre. No. But I
We
was
might have been at the same theater.
maybe I was completely enamored with it and blown away. We had never seen anything like that. Now, I wasn't as big a fan of the two sequels that came out, especially the last one. But I enjoy it. I will always watch all three in a row. Like, I don't just watch number one, although I love the first one. Number 2 and 3 are very heavy in its theology and its themes of like religion and whatnot. But that being said, I'm excited for this one. I am cautiously optimistic for two reasons. One is that only one of the Wachowskis are involved. It's only Lana Wachowski now. Her sister is no longer involved. And the second reason is that, and I saw this still, was it Tuesday, of Keanu looking like John Wick, right? He's got the same long hair and the beard. It was somebody put online on Twitter. I don't know who it was, and I wish I could remember who it was to credit them. But they said, wouldn't it be interesting if the Matrix is that Neo wakes up and he's been John Wick the entire time, like to meld the two worlds. But
that being his version of Max Payne, the video game.
That's right. He's like, wait, I've been John Wick. What the hell? But that being said, I'm pretty stoked for it. I'm excited to see what we have, what Lana Wachowski has delivered to us this morning. So yeah.
Yeah. I remember very exciting when I went to see it in theaters with my buddies. I don't think we even knew what the hell it was. We saw the trailer where Neo like kind of does the back lean, and we were like, what the hell is this? Let's watch it. And then after we watched the movie, we were just standing outside going, what did we just watch? And we didn't realize that it was going to become this big, huge thing. So like Rob said, yeah, Lana Wachowski is attached to this. And in the description, we only see that Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss are reprising their iconic roles. So we won't talk about whatever internet rumors are. And we'll watch the trailer, and maybe some other folks will appear. So let's trailer reaction. Matrix Resurrections out December 22nd. Feels like it's right around the corner. So let's rock and roll, and hopefully this delivers. We'll be, we'll keep it, cautiously optimistic even after we watch this. There's a lot of things that can happen. So let's rock and roll. The Matrix. Oh man, it's what did they say before you jacked into the Matrix or whatever? I don't remember. They just plug you in and they'd be like dropping you in, right? So let's go.
Let's go.
Thomas, you seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had dreams that weren't just dreams.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
Time to fly.
And if you go chasing rabbits,
If you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me.
and you know you're going to fall.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up. You don't know me, no?
When logic and proportion have fallen, so be dead. And the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queens are with her head. Remember what the Dharma said. Feed your feed your
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Woo, that old school music cue at the end. So that was a lot to take in. You'll notice we were pretty silent during that because I think we were just kind of like, what is going on? So definitely had the visual style, a lot of wall running and all kinds of stuff like that. So let's go to Rob first, since I'm sure he's watched bits and pieces of it before we did this. Rob, what are you thinking from Matrix
So
Resurrection?
So a couple of things I want to get off right off the bat is, I mean, you know, talk about a perfect song. That is White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, right? I mean, the lyrics of that song that's original. So if anybody's thinking, oh, it's been made for the movie, no, it's not. I mean, it's, you know, you have the one pill makes you small, one pill makes you bigger, Alice in Wonderland. Like it's a classic song, but when you listen to the lyrics and you put it towards this trailer, it blows your mind almost, right? I've heard that song countless times. Second, so we obviously have the white rabbit we all know from the first movie, and you see the rabbit on the girl's shoulder. I gotta say, and this is a compliment to the Wachowskis from back in 1999, is that movie still holds up, and the effects that they used back then, they've just slightly tweaked and improved on, and yet it's not a huge insurmountable jump between with technology and the special effects. I mean, you look at the agents, you know, changing from the cop into the agent. You know, you can see some differences. You can see a little bit of the of an updating. You know, I think we saw Trinity in, you know, being, you know, hoisted up with the cables in her neck. But it's not a huge jump. You're not looking, you know, from like, oh, look at this old, like Tron. Look at the original Tron, and then look what they did with Tron Legacy, right? You could tell it was a huge change in the special effects from one movie to the next. This is a compliment to the Wachowskis and their directing style and what they did back in 1999, that it's just a slightly update, but not a huge informative update. I am stoked for this movie. I'm stoked on this cast. I can't wait. And as you said, John, that last bit of old school Matrix theme that came in at the end when you saw the credits, it got my heart going. So I'm pumped. Honestly, I actually cannot wait for this movie.
All right, so Andre, the true test. I know you're usually hard to please, but did that trailer do anything for you? Are you hype, or are you interested at least?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! That trailer is one of those things that put away your fears that you're not going to get a Matrix style story. Like again, Rob hit it. The visuals were spot on. Just the nods to the original. We had the white rabbit, we had the red pill showing up, seeing the agent, seeing the wall running, that hint that there's a resistance, it just looked fantastic. And it already, from this one trailer, it had the soul, to me, of the original movies. So first up, I'm going to say to all the people out there watching, if you have not watched The Matrix, do not discredit this movie by not watching those 3 movies before going to see this. I'm going to say that right now. It looks like you have to do it. You owe it to yourself. As Rob mentioned, the first one was 1999. Don't let that age scare you away. You're gonna want to know that history. Don't just Wikipedia it or watch another YouTube video that summarizes it. Watch it, see what it was about, and try and place yourself in that timeline of 99 for when that movie came out. See how revolutionary it is. And then when you go see this, hopefully we'll be able to get it into the theaters, or people can watch it on HBO Max. It just looks already visually stunning. Like that one scene where I don't know who the character is, but she had the white rabbit and she says to Neo, you got to keep fighting. And she springs off of a building, and as she jumps off, the thing collapses. I'm like, yes, like this looks great. We saw Neo, I guess, remembering who he was with that kung fu scene and just shattering the realm. Like, so there's lots going on, as John said, in this trailer. I'm super stoked. The gears are turning in my head to what happened. Did the machines lie at the end? Because they're machines. Why would they honor their bargain? Right. So if they've somehow had a contingency to reset
They have no honor.
Yeah, they have no honor. Why would so, oh my God, super. I'm gonna watch that thing again right after this. That was impressive. Love seeing Carrie-Anne Moss, love seeing her fight scene. Yeah, amazing trailer, probably one of the best trailers. And I'm gonna say this, and maybe I shouldn't say it, but if we get this movie being as good as it looks, and we get Dune coming out and being as good as it looks, hell yeah to high sci-fi. Give us stuff that's going to make us think and is going to make us, just want more. So like this is doing it. The Dune trailer looks like it's doing it. So let's make these movies successful so we get more high sci-fi instead of a lot of this kind of low base stuff we've been getting. Not that that's bad, but there has been a drought of really smart science fiction out there in the theaters lately. So
no, yeah, you're right, Andre. Some of those trailers we'll just watch and we'll just take in the action. We'll be like, whoa, wow, boom, bang. But that one, it was like you're just kind of like taking it all in. So I couldn't I tried to get little words in here and there, but I was mostly just taking it all in, going wow, and nothing like that, like the music at the end and even just the overall feel. It definitely transported me back to that time when this original trilogy dropped. So folks, if you haven't seen that original trilogy, at home school. So
Andre makes a really good point when he says you shouldn't discount. We're talking 1999 because we all went and saw it in the theaters. I hate to make us sound and look older than we probably feel, but there are people who are now 21 years old who never went to that movie came out. They're 21, 22 this year. And so, they probably have never seen The Matrix growing up as a kid. Maybe you have heard of it, right? So Andre is right. Like the nice thing about this trailer, especially that first shot of you see the city and the suburb right in the front, like the color palette, the visual stuff, it looks so clean that when you throw on the 1999 movie, the original Matrix, it looks clean. And that's what I love about this is that they could have gone, hey, listen, we're going to throw 200 million and we're going to do all these special, yes, there's a lot of effects, computer shot, but they still hold to the core of practical effects. It's a practical fight scenes. It's just like they did in back in the original trilogy. And that's what it gets you for us who love the series. It gets you right in the nostalgic feels. And it's not different. It's the same, slightly tweaked, but it's the same. And it could have gone the opposite way. And there's a lot of people who would use that.
If you've never dived into the special features on your DVDs or whatever of the Matrix, then you're missing out. Sorry, Audrey, you were going to say something?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I think Rob's hit it. It's just basically been this transition. A lot of people probably say they don't want more Matrix. So the challenge for Lana would probably be let's give them a movie that they didn't know that they want, and let's set it to make it look the same. Like they could have literally said, "Oh, let's tell a movie about the Matrix 1,000 years from now," and they could have, like super sci-fi'd it up but like look at that. We got that amazing still scene of the person coming out of the battery chamber, right, with the wires and stuff like that, and it still looks good. Like that's a concept from, like I said, how many 30 years ago, right? And like that, to me, like just for it to hold up and for them to make those choices, and again, like it's got the feeling like we had more motorcycle, we've got helicopters, we don't have jets, we don't have this. So they're keeping the same that made the originals like great, but also giving us something new. And I think that's really a challenging thing to do. And I just think from the tone of this trailer, it didn't scratch the surface of this. I think it gave us enough to chew on, but I got a feeling there is going to be enough. I'm super already. Who was the character who gave Neo the pill? Like, was it a young Morpheus? Right? Like, I don't know, but who was the White Rabbit? These other characters looked great. The person at the end in the chair.
That's
saying,
Jonathan Groff.
Yeah, like, but
from
who was he?
Mindhunter.
Yeah, but who is he? He's like, oh, we're going back to the Matrix. I'm like, oh, is this another program? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, my thoughts are just spinning, and I'm like, oh, like I honestly, that's to me what a movie or an IP should do. It should make you want to invest more time to delve into it and really flesh it out. Like sometimes, like John says, we see these action movies and stuff, and that's it. They had a good fight scene, but there was nothing else. You can't really like one of my favorite action movies or series is The Expendables. But do I really need to know anything else? They didn't create a world. This creates that world, and like I want to know like way more. But yeah, super cool. Him walking through the mirror again, all the feels coming right back, and just that imagination just being just lit up, right? So yeah, super excited for this one.
That's crazy. All right, one more question before we go. So if you guys for some reason haven't watched the original Matrix trilogy, might be a little bit spoilery here, but is there any character that you would want to see come back, either with a surprise, out of nowhere come back, or just a staple character that was there throughout the original trilogy? I'll throw out mine first, and that's the Seraph character. He played by Colin Cho, and he was like, and they would flash, and he would be like gold code and stuff like that. I would like to see that type of character come back. But Andre, did you have a character, or was that your character?
Yeah, that was my character. I was gonna say, like, I really liked all of the different programs and stuff. So you brought a good one. I think Seraph is key. He's probably gonna make an appearance. I am super curious to see if that was the Oracle that we saw, like a different iteration of the Oracle for that 1 second. I think she's got to play a part in this in somehow. But I would like to see if the Merovingian survived, or if somebody else took on, kind of that role, because Neo does, in that. But again, now that we have this, it's resurrection. What resurrection is? Resurrection actually a misdirection? Because what if the Matrix just never it just reloaded or rebooted itself? Like this could, like I said, everything we know could be, or everything we thought we knew could be changed, and I'm down for that. So
that's crazy. Rob, anyone you'd like to see return?
I can't listen. I agree with Andre. We know the Oracle had obviously changed because the original actress, she had passed away between 1 and 2. There's all those side characters, the key man and this and that. But I got to say, as much as a cliche, Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith, he was just such a formidable bad guy, right? Yeah. Because the Matrix dealt with a lot of themes of religion and who you are and what reality, and it caused you to think, and yet you still had a formidable bad guy throughout that trilogy, especially in that first movie. And the way he just, Mr. Anderson, like, and the way his lips move. So
yeah, I would love his voice at the end.
Yeah, I would love to see Hugo Weaving reprise his role as Agent Smith. I don't know if that's in the cards. I hedge my bet. I don't think he will, but I will say, like, hopefully there is an antagonist who can match or at least be close to par with Smith on that.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for that trailer reaction. That was Matrix Resurrections, and if for some reason you didn't pick that up, December 22nd, HBO Max and in theaters. I look forward to our rewatch of Matrix 1, 2, and 3, guys, before this hits theaters. So we're definitely gonna maybe do a deep dive or let Andre go crazy on that. So we'll stay tuned for more Matrix content, because I think we all want to do it. So thank you, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Check out Heroes World Podcast, new episodes every Sunday, the Sidekick Show live every Monday, and various other shows throughout the week when we can fit it in the schedule. So please make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for the channel. Thank you. That's Andre. That's Rob. I'm John. Thanks for joining us, folks.